Hey, good morning. Today is Palm Sunday, and we are so excited about this 168-hour series that we have been doing over the last 7 weeks. And we've been following Jesus' life in the last week. And today we have come to the point where Jesus is down to his last 18 hours. And I just want to welcome everybody from Palisade. And I want to invite you into an experience. I want to invite you into experience what it felt like for Jesus and his disciples those last hours. And I want to take you back to Jerusalem. I want you to take a look at the screen here. And what Jesus and the disciples are doing is they are celebrating the Passover meal. In this room, the women are getting everything set up for the meal to be prepared. See, as Gentiles, we have been so accustomed to calling it the Lord's Supper. Or here at the Vineyard, we call it communion, and we celebrate it once a month. But Jesus and his disciples and the city of Jerusalem and everyone who called God, God, celebrated a thing called Passover. And in Passover, it was a time in Egypt when the Israelites were in captivity for hundreds of years. And God wanted his people to be free. And so he raised up a man named Moses. And Moses stood up against Pharaoh, who had been persecuting God's people. And every time Moses would tell Pharaoh, "Let my people go," Pharaoh's heart got hard. There were 9 supernatural plagues that struck Egypt in the hope that he would let him go. But I want you to join Egypt 4,000 years ago with a family that is getting ready for the 10th and final plague.
God sent 9 supernatural plagues on the Egyptians to persuade them to release the Jews from their captivity. But Pharaoh stubbornly refused. So God sent a final plague. It was the worst of all. He would send an angel of death to take the life of every firstborn son in Egypt. But for the Jews, he provided a means by which they could avoid this judgment. Through Moses, God told them that each household must take a lamb, a perfect lamb without blemish or defect, and sacrifice it. Then they were to take the lamb's blood and mark the door frames of their homes. When the angel of death saw the blood on the door frame, it would pass over that home. So the blood of the lamb would shield that family from God's wrath. Basically, the lamb gave its life so they could be saved.
At this time, I'd like to invite the communion servers to come forward. And I invite you, as you receive the Passover meal today, I ask you to hold on to it during this last worship song. And then we will take the elements together.